subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello friends, in previous video of Standard 8 NCERT textbook of Science, Chapter 2, we saw that how microorganisms are helpful and useful to us. In food preparation, like for example in making curd from milk, in the preparation of bread or other bakery items, in production of alcohol, vinegar, wines, in preparation of medicines, for increasing the soil fertility by nitrogen fixation, in cleaning the environment also, and several other ways. Now in this video, we will see how these microorganisms are causing diseases and how they are harmful to us. So let's get started. So the microorganisms which can cause diseases in our body, these kind of microorganisms are called as pathogens. And microorganisms can even spoil the food, leather or clothes. So we will study about these kind of microorganisms. So first, let's know about pathogens. Pathogens that enter our body through air that we breathe, through the water that we drink, and through the food that we eat. They can also get transmitted from direct contact with other infected person or by other animals. These kind of microorganisms are also known as antigens. Now, microbial diseases that can cause or that can be spread through infected person or through air, water, food or any physical contact, these diseases are called as communicable diseases. So what can be the communicable diseases examples? Examples of such diseases are cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis and many more. When a person is suffering from a common cold, sneezes, some fine droplets of that carry thousands of viruses through the air and spread over. The viruses may enter the body of other healthy person while breathing, and that can cause infection. Other than these, many insects and animals act as carriers of these diseases, of these microorganisms. Mostly we can see house flies and mosquitoes. They are the common carriers of disease causing microorganisms that we see around us, in our house, in our surrounding. So the disease causing microorganisms that can be seen in animals, in plants and in humans, and the diseases that can be caused by these are, first let's talk about diseases caused in humans like malaria, dengue, chikungunya. If we first talk about malaria, the malaria is caused by Anopheles mosquito, that is a mosquito, female mosquito, and this mosquito carries Plasmodium parasite. A plasmodium is a kind of protozoa, a microorganism. So this microorganism is carried by Anopheles mosquito, a female mosquito, from an infected person to a healthy person. Other than this, if we talk about dengue causing viruses are carried by female Aedes mosquito. Female Aedes mosquito carry this kind of viruses to a healthy person. Not only in humans, in animals, in other animals, anthrax, if you heard about anthrax, in this slide you can see anthrax is a human disease and also a cattle disease. These diseases are caused by bacterium, and these bacterium are disease causing bacteriums, mostly bacillus. Food and mouth diseases of cattle are also caused by some kind of viruses. Now the diseases which can be caused by microorganisms in plants. As we can see, several microorganisms causes diseases in plants whenever we produce crop like wheat or rice or potato or other kind of crops. The diseases reduce the yield of crops, and such kind of diseases we need to be controlled. So these diseases can be citrus canker, a disease caused by bacteria, and the mode of transmission is air. Second disease is rust of wheat. This is a disease which is caused in wheat, and it is kind of a fungus, and it is also transmitted from to all parts of the plant by air and seeds. Another disease is mosaic. This is caused in ladyfinger crop, and it is also caused by viruses, and mode of transmission is insect. So not only diseases, but there are food that can be infected by microorganisms. So microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, these can decay food also. They produce toxic substances in food and cause food poisoning. Such spoiled food can cause serious illness if we eat them, such as stomach diseases or dysentery or vomiting and many more, food poisoning. So these need to be controlled, and for controlling these diseases we do food preservation from microorganisms. Now in food preservation we use some kind of chemicals. These chemicals can be common salt, sugar, oil, vinegar, and many more. So salts and edible oils and many things like these are chemicals generally used to check whether the growth of microorganisms are in a specific manner or not, and therefore they are called as preservatives. We add salt or acids or sugars. These chemicals we add as preservatives to pickles or to prevent microorganisms production in any kind of food materials. In packaged food like jam or squashes or any other products, packaged food, we see sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate is used as preservatives. So in preservation we use chemicals. Common salt has a very common preservative. It's a very common preservative that we use to preserve meat, as you can see here, meat, fish, and we also preserve amla, raw mangoes, turmeric for preserving by using salt. In preservation of jams, jellies and squashes, we add sugar. Mostly sugar reduces the moisture content of the food, and if we reduce the moisture content, the growth of bacteria will definitely reduce. The preservation of oil and preservation by oil and vinegar are also a very common thing in pickles. This is because that bacteria cannot live in such kind of environments where acidic mode is more or oily substance is more. Other than these chemical methods, there is another method we call this as heat and cold treatment. Now, heat and cold treatment, if you have seen your mothers preserve food like peas. Whenever the season comes and mothers used to keep peas in a refrigerator, in a freezer, and they use them after the season ends. So what they are doing? They are preserving food in low temperature, and that will inhibit the growth of microorganisms in refrigerator. So this process is not only used in house, they are used in industries too. Like in milk, a pasteurized packaged milk can be consumed without boiling. That packaged milk is free from harmful microorganisms. How they are free from microorganisms? This kind of milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly get chilled in and stored. By doing such kind of thing, by suddenly changing the temperature, it prevents the growth of microorganisms. This process is called as pasteurization, and this process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. So the packaged food or the storage and packing of these things with chemicals, with other kind of preservation or cold and hot treatment, this is called preservation of food from microorganisms. Not only these, the dry fruits or maybe vegetables and many other packaged food we get in market by the preservation methods. So in this video, we have learned about how microorganisms are harmful, how they are causing diseases in the body, in humans, in plants, in animals, and how these microorganisms are spoiling the food also. So in this whole chapter, we have learned from part 1 and part 2 that how microorganisms are helpful in preparation of food, in preparation of medicines, in cleaning the environment, in increasing the soil fertility, and how they are harmful by spoiling the food and by causing diseases in other organisms.